Today I'm going to install the iDRIVE USA Throttle Controller. It's a $200 piece and really fast install. We went ahead and selected the American flag faceplate, which is I think really cool. And then I'm going to be installing it right in front of where my 4x4 stick shift is. Real fast, real quick install. They do state to have your engine off for at least 10 minutes beforehand so you don't throw a code while you're unplugging your throttle. When you open up the box, it's going to come in two pieces, a couple zip ties, and then your instructions. You have your controller itself and then the wind booster. The wind booster is going to plug into the top of your throttle, and then the factory plug for the throttle is going to plug into the top of that. Run your wires underneath the carpet and you're pretty much all set, as long as you're putting in the same spot that I am. I think it's probably the best spot, all things considered, and it looks really clean. So let's dive in. So here's the throttle that we're looking at unplugging, and you basically pull out this red tab here and then lift it up and plug in the other setup. It's gonna be real quick, as long as you can get it unplugged. As you plug it in, it drops down further, and you won't have any issues with it seating. It's a really tight spot to have a camera. Alright, so that's it, and then we're just gonna go ahead and run the cable underneath this carpet here and up to where I put the controller. I'm gonna be mounting my controller right in front of my 4x4 stick shift. I think it's a really good spot for it, and iDRIVE sends you an alcohol wipe so that you can wipe down the surface and give it a clean surface for that double-sided tape to stick to. Let it dry fully, and then basically just peel off the backing and stick it on. The controller and the wind booster have some funny little male-female ends, but basically there's a notch on the wind booster and a clip on the controller. You just line up the clip with the notch, and that's the way it's supposed to fit in there. It snaps into place, and then we're going to tuck it in. Alright, the last thing I'm going to do is use these couple zip ties, zip tie up the wind booster and the factory plug so that it's not wobbling around at all, and then we'll be hitting the road. Alright, everything's installed right. The flat lines mean it's in factory setting. And you have economy, ultimate, and automatic. We'll see what happens. Alright, right now it's factory setting. I've never really thought that my Jeep lags too much, but we'll see what these settings do to it. I do have a aftermarket catback high clearance exhaust on it, so let's see if it gets more throaty. They do say when you change the modes, let off the gas. So we're in factory. We're gonna go to economy. Let's say economy 9. Okay, so the big difference in economy 9, I don't get that jump, whereas if I really try to accelerate, my Jeep kicks in and pushes off pretty good. Basically, it's eliminating like me having a heavy foot if I want it. Super controlled acceleration in economy 9. Like, you could not get past somebody if you wanted to. That's funny. All right, let's get off that and go to Ultimate, and we'll try Ultimate 3. Pretty good pickup. Nothing super crazy or anything like that, but the pickup still seems like, even in Ultimate 3, like it's not quite what the factory gives you when you really push the pedal. The big difference is, though, is I feel like there's a big gas push at the beginning of your acceleration. Still in Ultimate 3. That was a lot better of a acceleration pattern that it showed on that drag, which isn't too much, just getting up to speed at 50 miles an hour and seeing how fast it gets up there. Let's go to AC, automatic. This is supposed to sense your driving habits and adjust accordingly. So economy when you need it, extra juice when you need to get around somebody. Yeah, it's a pretty good pickup. Definitely hear the exhaust push out. Definitely a faster pickup on automatic than factory. I'm off the gas right now. I'm gonna go back to factory. Slow down. So from 25 miles an hour, there's definitely a well-felt acceleration in AC. Applies a lot more throttle response sooner than underneath the factory conditions. I like the AC a lot. Back to AC. You know, but then again, I mean, you're getting up to speed really fast and pushing out, but at the same time, your RPMs are really picking up a lot as well. So I was at 5,000 RPMs right there, just to get up from a couple miles an hour to about 30. So your throttle's definitely getting opened up really fast. So if I go, let's see here, we're gonna go start to, let's say, 30 miles an hour, 0 to 30 under factory. So I'm about to 35, my RPMs only got to 4,000 RPMs. You could definitely hear it in the exhaust. I flipped over to AC. I'm gonna go 0 to about 30, see how those RPMs go with the same pressure. So you definitely have the RPMs. I mean, right there I went to 30 from 0, and my RPMs went all the way up to 6,000 RPMs, which is pretty high. I mean, that's a lot of stress on the engine to get that weight moving. really aggressive. But you know, you're definitely going to pick it up. I would not suggest driving like that all the time. Just my personal preference. It put a good toll on the engine. Back to 0. Now the economy, obviously, we know doesn't have any kind of pickup. Let's try Ultimate 1. I like that a lot better. The Ultimate 1, I might have hit 4,500 RPMs, getting up to 30 with the same pressure. It was definitely a good pickup without the lag. And controllable. So here's one. We're gonna do 2 more drags, one on factory and then on Ultimate 1. Again, didn't even hit 4,000 RPMs. A lot easier on the engine underneath the factory pull, the factory pressure for the throttle response. Back to U9 or U1. Yeah, I like the U1 a lot. It basically kicks you right into about 3rd gear almost immediately, so you pick up speed faster, but yet doesn't slam your RPMs through the roof either. I'm not a real aggressive driver. This is just my my preference on these things. I don't like seeing my RPMs spike like that on a takeoff and you're just trying to get around people. But again, I do want to get rid of that little bit of lag as it's getting through 1st and 2nd gear. And it seems like for me, the U1 really gets me past 1st and 2nd gear fast without having that little jump into 3rd that I always seem to feel. Now, once I get to 3rd gear, it picks up, but before 3rd gear, there's not a lot of pickup. So, yeah, that's just my thing. I think U1 right now is going to work a lot better than what I have normally. Hopefully, it doesn't kill my gas mileage, and we'll see what happens with that. I'll monitor that and do an update on that as far as maybe on Instagram or something like that, what my miles per gallon are before and then what my miles per gallon are after using it in my favorite setting. So thanks for watching. Get one of these things if you so wish to get rid of a little bit of lag, want a little bit more responsiveness in your pedal and a little bit faster pickup. It is definitely felt, I don't know about it being a necessary upgrade for 200 bucks, but if you just want something nice that's fun to play with, it's pretty cool. So alright guys, until next time, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again.